Hello, this is Mark Wildman of Wildman Athletica, and today we are going to talk about the kettlebell deadlift, specifically the crossbody hunter squat kettlebell deadlift. Kettlebells are not the best things for deadlifts. They are not heavy enough to be really useful for deadlifts. They are much better for things like swings, for cleans, for snatches, for presses, for Turkish get-ups. They are intermediate weights. That does not mean we cannot deadlift with them. Oftentimes when people are new to training, you will do the classic two-handed deadlift where you point 2 feet straight ahead, you get all the way down, you sit back in your heels, you stand all the way up and you squeeze your glutes. We do that exercise as a prep exercise to teach people the position to get better at the swings. But you can throw in deadlifts if you have very heavy kettlebells. The problem is most people just don't have really heavy kettlebells. So in order to get more out of the kettlebell itself that we already possess, we would change the complexity of the deadlift itself. We would take our symmetrical two-hand deadlift, where we stand all the way up, we squeeze our glutes, we push our knees back, and we focus on making our legs perfectly straight. And we would turn it into a suitcase deadlift, where we put the weight on one side of our body, point our feet straight ahead, stand all the way up, and squeeze our glutes. The suitcase deadlift is better because we have shoved all the load to one side of our body, so one side of our core contracts harder in order to stabilize our body. It's an intro to crossbody stabilization exercise, and you can take that exercise and jack it all the way up and do it with barbells up to hundreds of pounds. You're probably never going to do a suitcase deadlift, no matter the implement, with the same weight that you would do a two-handed front-loaded deadlift with. To get even more out of our suitcase deadlift, we would change our stance, adding complexity to the system again. We can go into the bottom of our lunge position, put our kettlebell in line with our leg, roll our toes underneath, keep our other hand from flopping around, and stand all the way up, complicating the deadlift even more. We can take that 90-degree lead leg, 90-degree rear leg lunge position and shorten it up to turn it into our hunter's squat or our hunter's lunge, where we have the lead knee in line with our lead heel approximately. From here, same thing, we can drive up and do our deadlift from this closed hunter squat position. By adding complexity to the system, we can get more out of light weights. Let's evolve that one more step up, and we are going to turn this into a cross-body hunter's deadlift. We're going to rotate so that you can see this from the other side. One leg forward, one leg back, knee in line with our lead heel. Lead heel stays flat on the ground. Verticalize the spine. Reach across your body, thumb points towards the back, and from here, stand all the way up. Set the weight down, stand all the way up, eyes up, head up, chest up. Try and squeeze that lead glute at the top of the movement. Stand up with good technique. If you are limited on equipment, then we add complexity to the system. 2 hands becomes 1 hand, becomes staggered stance, becomes closed staggered stance, becomes cross body. Let's change the angle so you can see it from another side. Lead leg, rear leg, line your knee up with the heel of the lead foot. Lead heel stays flat on the ground. Verticalize the spine, come up as far as you have to. Get down, thumb points back. Stand all the way up. Squeeze both legs, straighten them all the way out. Get all the way down. Drive up. All the way down. Drive all the way up. With an exercise like this, if you are not used to doing ballistic rotation exercises like kettlebell cleans or cross-body kettlebell cleans or cross-body snatches or stagger stance snatches, then you would like to start this exercise with a very light weight. Start with the lightest weight you can find, do 5 reps on each side, move up an increment of weight, and repeat. We don't want to fail because this is a compromised position for our spine, for our hip, and if we mess this up by trying to train too heavy too fast, we can cause ourselves injury. Start light. Build up over the course of 2 or 3 weeks. look for a heavy weight, and then you can treat this more like a barbell exercise where you would do 3 sets of 3 or 5 sets of 5 in this compromised position. When you get good at that, we will evolve this into a ballistic movement later.